Hi all, welcome to my channel. Today I'll show you all few quick and easy party food recipes. These are great recipes for get-togethers or for birthday parties. These can be easily made way in advance so that you don't waste your time standing in the kitchen on the day of the party. So at first I've made the menu here what I have to make. So for juice I'm going to make tamarind juice. Hummus I've kept an option in case if I feel like I'll make hummus and I'll keep breadsticks with it. Then there's beef pasta. Instead of beef you can use any meat. You can use mutton, you can use chicken. Then veg hot dogs. I don't want to use the sausages, so I'll make the vegetable patty. Then fruit custard, birthday cake, and whatever I need for all these things I've written and kept. I need to make curd for the cake because I'm making eggless chocolate cake, and whatever I have to buy. So yeah, this is the basic menu which I have decided. Not a lot of people, so I've kept it simple. So currently I'm making churros. Churros is something I decided last moment. So for that I've taken here 250 grams of flour. This is plain flour. This is 80 grams of egg, which is around 2 small eggs. There is 15 grams of sugar, there is 8 grams of salt, and there is 20 grams of butter. With that we'll also need 320 grams of water. Now in a saucepan, take the water, add the butter into it. Once the butter starts melting, add in your salt and the sugar. Give it a mix and let the water come to a rolling boil. Once the water comes to a boil, switch off the flame and add in your flour. Mix it really well. Now transfer this mixture into another bowl. Now I'm using a stand mixie. You can also use a hand mixie, or if you don't have any, you can use a wooden spoon on the stand mixie and let the mixture cool down before you add your eggs, otherwise the eggs will get scrambled. This will take around 3 to 4 minutes. So here my dough has come together really well and it has cooled down. So add the egg little by little. The mixture will look a little scrambled, but don't worry, it will come all together. Keep beating it for some time. Now my eggs have been incorporated in the mixture. I'll add in milk. So I required 1/4 cup of milk in total. Now milk depends on the consistency of your batter. The milk quantity will depend on the quality of your flour. You might require more or less. You just want to loosen the consistency of your batter. It should be soft enough so that you can easily pipe it. As you can see, my consistency is a little soft, so I can easily pipe it out. So milk quantity depends on your flour. Now you can pipe this directly into hot oil. That's how churros are made. But I am going to pipe it on a parchment paper so I can freeze them and fry it when I need. So I have randomly piped few rounds and few just straight ones, and I'll put them in the freezer till they are a little hard. तो ये मेरे चूरो सेट हो गए हैं, इजीली निकल जाएंगे. तो मैं इन्हें जिप लॉक में करके रख दूंगी और जब मुझे फ्राई करने हैं मैं फ्राई कर दूंगी. इट्स वेरी सिंपल, बहुत ही इजीली निकल आते हैं. 5 पेन पेपर ज़रूर रखिएगा, तो इजीली निकल आते हैं. Put these back in the freezer till you want to fry them. एंड यू डोंट नीड टू थॉ देम या इसको फ्रिज में से निकाल के रखने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, डायरेक्टली आप फ्राई कर सकते हैं। So on the day of the party, when you need them, just heat up the oil and on medium flame, fry these till they turn nice and golden brown. So as you can see, my churros have turned nice and golden brown. Remove it on a kitchen towel or kitchen napkin. Now here in a plate, I have taken some cinnamon and sugar. I've mixed it and rolled the warm churros in the cinnamon and sugar. That's my niece tasting it. So I'm gonna put the churros on a stick. So in a glass, I've kept some rice so that it holds the sticks. I think these just look prettier and it's a great party food. Kids can just pick up one stick and have the churros. So that my churros are ready. You can give it a try, and if you like it, do let me know in the comment box. Now next I'm preparing the fruit custard. So here in a saucepan I have taken 2.5 cups of milk. So I'll add in 2 cups and I'll let the half cup milk remain in the cup so I can mix the custard powder to it. So I'm using 3 heaped spoon of custard. I want to make the custard really thick. So I'm using 3 spoons. If you want the consistency to be a little loose, you can use 2 or 1.5 spoons instead. So my milk has heated up a little. Add in the custard and keep stirring it so that no lumps are formed and it doesn't stick to the bottom. The whole process I've done it on medium flame. Now I've added half a cup of sugar. It was perfect for me, but you can add the sugar according to your liking. Keep whisking. Switch off the flame once you think the desired consistency has reached because it's going to thicken up as it cools down as well. And I want to make a little thicker custard, as I said. So I have kept it thick. Transfer it to another bowl and let it cool down completely before you keep it in the fridge. Once it's cooled down, put a cling film just above the custard so that it doesn't form a hard layer, and keep it in the fridge till you need it. Now for fruits, here I'm using apple and bananas. I had only these available, but you can use any fruit you like or have available. I would have loved to add some pomegranate and some grapes to it, but I didn't have it available. So I have used apples and bananas. Chop your fruits fine. So I have chopped my fruits and here my custard has cooled down. As you can see, it's pretty hard and that's the way I wanted it. Now to loosen up the texture and to soften it little, I'll run it through the mixie. So add the custard to the mixie. Now I'm using cream in this. This is fresh cream. You can use the Amul fresh cream which we get and pulse it. Now the reason behind using the cream, it gives the custard richness and adds to the flavor, but you can skip this step and instead use milk also. Add it to the fruits, give it a mix. Now I'm adding a little bit of honey because it gives a really nice flavor, but if you don't like it, you can skip this step as well. Give it a mix. Cover it with cling film again so that it doesn't form a hard layer on top, and put it in the fridge till you need it. Now I've served this in these cute cups and I've just garnished it with a little bit of chopped nuts. Now here I'm preparing my beef for the pasta. So in a pressure cooker I've added a little oil and I used 1 big size sliced onion. Once that's browned, add in 1 sliced tomato to it. Give it a mix. Add in a little bit of salt so that the tomatoes cook faster. Give it a mix, cover it and let the tomatoes become soft. Now in masalas, I'm adding here a little bit of turmeric powder and a little bit of homemade masala which my friend's mom has made. Now instead of this, you can add some chili powder and coriander powder. Give it a mix. As you can see, my tomatoes have become nice and soft. At this point, add the meat to it. It is boneless and I have chopped it really fine. As I said, you can use a meat of your choice. I'm using beef. You can also use mutton or chicken instead. For chicken, you really don't need to pressure cook it, but for other meat, it'll be better to pressure cook it. Add salt according to taste. Mix it well and add enough water to cook the meat. I'm adding around 1.5 cup of water because I'm going to cook the pasta in the same water. Mix it well, put the pressure lid and on medium flame give it around 4 to 5 whistles or until your meat is completely done. So here my meat is ready. I'll transfer it to another bigger pot so that it can accommodate my pasta as well. Switch on the flame, add more water. As I said, I'm going to cook the pasta in the mixture itself. I'm not going to boil it separately. It gives a really good flavor and you can say it's kind of one pot meal. Add enough water, bring it up to a boil and add your pasta to it. So I've added 1 packet of pasta which was around 240 grams of pasta. I've used macaroni. You can use any pasta, but the small pasta tastes much better in this. Give it a mix and let it cook. So here my pasta has cooked. The water was perfect to cook the pasta, but if you think your water has reduced or is less, make sure you add hot water to cook it. So my pasta is ready. Now I'm making the filling for the hot dogs. So here in an oil I've added chopped onions. Mix it and let it cook for a minute or so. Once the onions get slightly cooked, add in chopped capsicum and carrots. Now my capsicum was red, you can use green as well. And make sure you chop all the veggies finely. Give it a mix. Once the vegetables are a little soft, add in salt to it. Mix it well and cook it for another minute or two. After cooking it a little bit, we'll add in the masalas. So here I'm adding turmeric powder, a little bit of chili powder according to your taste, coriander powder, and a little bit of amchur. Instead of amchur, you can also use chaat masala. Mix all this well, and I have boiled potatoes and kept separately. Just mash the potatoes with your hand. You can also grate the potatoes if you want, but I will use a masher to mash these. So mix all of this well and using a masher, mash the potatoes well so they become nice and soft. You don't want big pieces of the potatoes in the mixture. You want them to be really soft. Adjust your seasoning, mainly salt. So here my mixture is ready. As you can see, I have mashed the potatoes well. Switch off the flame, add in 2 tablespoons of plain flour. Now this I am using for binding. You can use cornstarch instead, or you can also use breadcrumbs instead of flour. Give it a good mix and let it cool down before we form the patties. So here in a bowl I have mixed cornstarch with water and I've taken breadcrumbs in another bowl. My mixture has cooled down. Shape it in your desired shape. Now I'm making hot dogs, so I'm shaping accordingly. You can also make burger patties from the same, so you can shape it round. Dip it in the cornstarch slurry and coat it with the breadcrumbs. Make sure to press in the breadcrumbs well so that the oil doesn't get spoiled with the breadcrumbs. So this is how I'm making them. I'll make all and I'll freeze them. So I've made the hot dog buns. Keep it in the freezer and you can remove it when you need them. So you can see they have firmed up well. You can store these in the freezer for up to 2 weeks and nothing is gonna happen with them. You can make them way in advance and just fry it when you need. So in hot oil, add your patties or your hot dogs. Let them cook till they get a nice golden brown color on both sides. So here in the hot dog buns, I am layering a little bit of lettuce. You can also use tomatoes if you want. Place your hot dog patties. Now here I have made a mixture with 2 tablespoons of mayo and 1 tablespoon of ketchup. Give it a good mix and we'll apply this on the hot dogs. So here your simple yet delicious hot dogs are ready. It's a much healthier way instead of using the sausages. Now for the juice, I simply squeezed out some tamarind pulp. I added a lot of water in it and jaggery, and your simple juice is ready. So these were few of my recipes. I hope you all liked it. If so, do hit the like button. I'll see you with another video. Till then, bye.